Let's start from your current karmic partner. What's his energy? And then we're going to do this new person. Surprising. I'm sort of seeing these in reverse. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're going to clarify these with tarot, but I'm going to tell you right off the bat what I'm hearing. There is this energy of suspiciousness here. Okay, I feel this person is very intuitive, so I wouldn't be surprised if he smells something already. If he knows that you're considering that you've energy shifted, right? That you've energy shifted and you're actually, I wouldn't be surprised if he's quite vain as well. Just a side note. But I feel he smells it. He can feel that you're getting maybe more. You know what they say? And it's really true. It's a truth that all men should understand. It's how really all women operate. I've never met a woman that would be different. When we cry, when we scream, when we ask, when we beg, when we just approach them with this anxiety, with this what seems like neediness, it's because we want it. Yes, we're bound by shadows. We're definitely not sitting in our divine feminine energy, but it's because we just want to make things work. The moment we become silent, unbothered, it's done deal. It's done deal, brother. When we no longer engage in discussions with you around the house, when we start to have this approach like, yeah, whatever you say, right? When we know we've given up. If we're still there, it's because we're there in our physical body, but our heart is far away already. It's over. Men complain that, she's constantly in my business, she constantly wants to talk, she constantly wants to see me, because we care. The moment we start to be like, so maybe because you are breaking free right now, everything we said in previous parts, you start to break free, you start to see that you are unhappy and you want to be happy. Maybe you started to be more like he pokes you and you're completely not responsive, not reactive. I feel like he feels the shift. I feel like he is quite suspicious, quite observant. So really be careful as well, because remember what we've mentioned. I was sensing in the energy of this person before when you were doing your situation that they can be quite sneaky. They can be quite, and I always say this to you guys, we're good until we're good. The moment there's a decision that there's going to be a breakup, the nastiness comes out of people, right? And if this person finds out that you're already connecting to someone else, no matter, even if there's not, right, anything serious, it's just like literally a few cups of coffee, they will know very well how to use it against you. This is why I always say to you guys, the best way to get out of any situation is to do everything in your power, that I have nothing to be ashamed of. I've done what I could, right? So act the way so you're able to say it. Act that way so you don't have to forgive yourself for anything. Act with integrity. What did I say to you guys in the beginning as well? That women, we are the gatekeepers of universal values and integrity. It's coming to my mind for a reason. But there's also an energy of a night around this person. Maybe he is a night creature. Maybe he's not like this morning bird, but he likes the night. Maybe he likes to go out. Let's tap into tarot. He may be an air sign. Okay. 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 There is something here because we have King of Cups, but he sort of came through horizontally. Same with Wheel of Fortune. It came through, but it came through horizontally, right? And we have High Priestess in reverse. There is something about this person that they're very intuitive. A side note coming to my mind, I wouldn't be surprised if they perform some sort of a job or a career that they have to be intuitive, like maybe a stock. People who, it's coming to my mind, like investment, stock, and those kind of things. Those are the only words I know about that. So, but you know what I you know what I mean. But there's something as well about the emotion of this, because we have golden egg, which is the heart, and I didn't mention it because I was seeing it sort of in reverse. I was like, heart space and heart chakra is important when we talk about this person, but it's imbalance. And now we have this high priestess. I feel this person has a capacity within them, natural capacity. When we talk about their soul, it's not like they're completely evil soul, right? But something must have happened in their life that unfortunately they became completely disconnected from their heart and their emotion. I wouldn't be surprised if this person was quite cold. But this is why he didn't come out in reverse, because it's not like completely non-existent. They have the capacity. Maybe this is what attracted you to them in the first place. But currently their heart is quite locked, quite in a darkness of a night, in a darkness. Maybe if you've noticed how this person changed throughout the years of your relationship. Maybe in the beginning they were quite romantic, quite open, and now it's completely changed, so you're confused whether it's a mask or. But you know, people who are sensitive, they're more prone to really not know how to deal with life's disappointments, cruelty of life, expectations of life, right? So maybe something happened. I'm hearing maybe around career, maybe the career of this person changed them throughout the years, completely locked them on their heart. There is something, and I'm looking at the 6 months, so maybe you notice. I don't feel like they completely changed 6 months ago, but maybe the last 6 months were the worst, the biggest shift, I'm also sensing this controlling energy, like control over you, over your behavior, over what you say, over what you wear, even I'm hearing. But there is darkness around this person, darkness, secrets. I'm not liking this energy more and more. I don't feel this is like to make it clear to the very core of that person, but it's like they're in this environment and they're allowing this environment to influence them. An environment of a night, of secrets, of shallowness, coldness, cold on the inside. Maybe they have quite sharp wit, they quite sarcastic. Yeah. It's a tough energy to read, because it requires to understand a person like that. And I've seen a similar energy in my life. To understand a person like that, you really need a lot of compassion and a lot of strength, because there is innocence within their soul, right? There is innocence within their soul. There is some sort of a joy and happiness that they have within, but they've buried it. It's like they didn't manage to conquer the challenges of life, the ruthlessness of life. So maybe they were put in. You would be surprised how many men, because we live in a distorted world, right? The men build that world. It's a patriarchal. It's a patriarchal, distorted masculine world that they themselves build. And I'm not saying we're not here to blame, because I said to you guys already, we are the value setters, the gatekeeper. So it's sort of a joint mess that we've created for ourselves. But you would be surprised how many good men I have seen to fall to the pressure of the shallow expectations of society on men, that they're supposed to be rich, that they're supposed to be successful, that it's nothing further from the true. It has nothing to do with the abundant protector and provider energy that a true divine masculine gives and should embody. And I always say this to you guys, it has nothing to do with the amount of money on your bank account. So many men fall into that. They're truly good men, sensitive men, innocent souls, romantics, but they're being pushed into this ruthless world of lies, of control, of distorted men, and they follow this world, and they don't know how to operate in this world because they have this sensitivity and innocence within, so they lock it. So they lock their heart, so they lock their emotions, they become cold, but they're burdened by this. It's difficult because, you know, this person is your karmic person. On your highest, most abundant timeline, this person is no more. But this is the hard part of, you know, breakups and leaving someone behind. It's not about you, it's not about me. It's just we don't work together. Oh my God, I kind of want a few more. Yeah. Yeah. I feel at one point of this person's life, something went completely wrong. It's like they lost. I'm seeing someone, maybe you even knew them from childhood for some of you, but I'm seeing someone that when they were young, when they were a child, they were so innocent, so a dreamer, joyful dreamer, right? Something happened. We're not going to go into that because, you know, to read into this person's karmic, it's not something that I would want to do and on a collective. That's for once. And second, it's a whole, you know, separate sort of a reading. But I feel like something happened in this person's life that created this block, that, you know, like those sensitive souls that they're being put through a challenge or pain or even abuse, and they just completely, is this dissociation because they don't know how to heal. Is this complete dissociation. They create this new ruthless, you know, persona. There is a block, there is a childhood wound. And maybe when you met, you weren't aware of this wound, but whatever happened, I feel like there's something around the work environment of this person that sort of changed them and shifted them. I feel it activated that wound. They would be naturally, you know, very charismatic, very like a business savvy. I think this person knows how to make money. I think this person knows how to, right? But there's two ways of making money, especially when we talk about men. One way is when they are aligned, when they follow their true path, when they follow their authenticity, when they draw inspiration from their true divine feminine, they're blessed with abundance. Because they become alchemists, just like us. We are the creatrix and the alchemist of emotion and things in spirit realm. Men have the capacity to become the alchemist of the physical world when they live a life of alignment. But when they choose the 3D path of matrix, of shallow matrix, right? They use the logic. They completely lock away their heart. They will be able to gain abundance, but it's going to be shallow abundance, meaningless abundance. True abundance is a byproduct of life of alignment. There is some sort of a mask energy, suspiciousness, oversensitivity, numbed with aggressiveness, and arrogance. I'm hearing as well ADHD. I wouldn't be surprised if this is why I was so confused. Remember when we were talking about that you wanted to pack your bag and leave, because if you say something to this person, and I was like, maybe some of them will be aggressive and some of them will cry. It can be both. It can be like they're one of those, that the person, they're gonna say something and they ask you for something, and I love you, please stay, and then you're gonna say no, so boo, they're gonna like turn into this tyrant. There's a emotional instability within them. All right, let's do this new person. Let's do this. I say, okay, you want 100% confirmation, get yourself a private session. I say karmic catalyst. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Watch the whole thing so it makes sense. This new person. I already feel lighter. Although I'm not expecting perfection, to be honest. Yes. Yes. They're both very intuitive. There's an air sign energy here, and I just heard that they may both be air sign. They may be same sign. I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you guys they are the same sign. Maybe they even have close birthday. There is a sense of calmness and joyfulness to this person. I was looking at this Cobra. Cobra is a teacher, and they are your teacher, whether you know it or not. They came into your life to teach you something, to teach you to remember. Remember who you are. Remember that life can be beautiful. Remember that you deserve more. Remember that you don't have to sacrifice your entire existence and stay with someone because of excuses of the society, like marriage, children, religion, or whatever that is, right? They are your teacher, but there's also this observant energy. So I feel like there's someone who know how to listen as well, who know how to you would love conversation with this person. There's someone who also, they know how to change and transform and grow it, and it may be something because you are now with this person that's a little bit stuck, right? They don't know how to change, they don't know how to, right? So maybe it impresses you to see that this new person actually has the capacity to adjust certain things. So maybe you had moments like you said something to them and they really respected it. So maybe, for example, you said, can you please not text me in the evening because, you know, I'm done with my family. And instead of just like, no, but why, but they just respected it. They respect your little boundaries. I say little boundaries because you're not standing yet in your strength and self-love. So maybe they respect your little boundaries. Maybe they show a capacity to change, to adjust, to be flexible. Other, you guys know that the Other and the Fox are my two favorite cards in this deck. It's beautiful energy. It's joyful energy. It's energy of someone who knows how to enjoy life, who knows how to be happy. So maybe they make you laugh. Maybe they have this childlike joy to them. I feel this person might represent a little bit of that second abundance, because owl is very intuitive, is right. So it's a sign that they share something in common, that you are pulled towards men who have intuition, who have capacity to connect to their hearts. Intuition comes from your heart, from within, from your feminine. But owl is also quite abundant. So I was hearing that, you know, maybe they are quite abundant, but they sort of have a different approach towards abundant, which is also refreshing for you. So maybe this ex-partner really became obsessed with success, with money, with growing, with how people see him, with opinion of his business partners or colleagues at work. Whereas this person, sorry, a drop down, I got confused. Whereas this person has a more healthy approach to abundance. So maybe they actually do something that they love and something that they enjoy. Maybe they are quite abundant, but they don't show off. So they don't have the necessity to wear like expensive suits or drive an expensive car. I'm seeing someone more like either a vintage car or a motorbike, or maybe even like a bike, like riding a bike or like using a bus because this is how I can read on the bus, right? It's more of a more warm, more approachable energy. But let's dive deeper. Yeah. All right. I'm hearing two things with this. I'm gonna take it in reverse. It was sort of a I was sensing this energy. I didn't want to say anything because I don't want to discourage you, because what's meant to be is meant to be. There is a refreshing energy within this person comparing to your other person, right? It's just this refreshing lightheartedness, joyfulness, open-mindedness. But when the moment I said, that thing with that book, right? It came to my mind, but I didn't say it. A bit of a hippie, but I'm starting, not maybe in a sense of appearances, right? But a bit of a free spirit, right? But remember what I say to you guys. True lone wolf, true free spirit within men doesn't fear commitment and doesn't escape commitment, right? I have tons of video about this on my YouTube. You can dive into that topic. But if a man fears commitment, right, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. It's because he's not connected to his true divine masculine. True divine masculine energy, all they are is commitment. They truly commit to themselves, to their journey, to their path. And when they meet their true soulmate, their true mate, all they want to do is commit fully to that woman, right? Become a loyal devoter. How's the word, right? To really devote themselves to that woman. It's masculine energy. But there is this what's the word, like man-child would be too cruel, but maybe they act a little bit, I don't like to say it, right, too young, too young for their age, because I don't feel like we should change as we age. We don't have expiry date, and we talked about this, right? But I feel that this may be what attracts you to this person. Maybe you guys are, maybe he is already like in his 40s, but you feel like with him like more like you're in your 20s. And sometimes it can be a good thing, but sometimes it can be something very alarming. There is a bit of a recklessness in immaturity within this person. I was hearing two things with that Seven of Cups. They definitely came into your life to show you that there are many options, that you've not expired, it's not done deal. There's so many timelines in front of you that you can choose, that you can decide to take. There's so many options. But the Seven of Cups, when we talk about someone's energy, and this is the first card of this person, it's this unhealthy free spirit that I was talking about. It's the one that doesn't want to, I don't, maybe it's not what this person says to you, but sometimes, consciously or subconsciously, people enter a relationship with someone who is still bound by someone else, either marriage or still divorce, because they know that they're not going to have to commit to this person, right? It doesn't mean that they're like Casanova and they're a cheater. Maybe they fully focused on, they can be fully focused on you, they can only be exploring this connection with you, but deep down they know that you're not going to be asking for marriage, children, and having a house together, because you have these things with someone else, right? And many times women who get out of, especially when they're wounded and they don't embark on a journey of healing, it requires a lot of strength for a woman in the moment of her divorce to say, I love love, I want to get married again, okay? It requires a lot of strength. Many women, people in general, enter this mindset because they don't know how to heal. They enter this mindset of, I don't want it ever again, it's stupid, only idiots get married, right? Which is far away from true. It's a union, it's a beautiful thing, as long as it is with your true soul partner, right? And it comes with a true divine union. So maybe you even mentioned to this person that, oh my God, you wish you could divorce, it was such a mistake, right? And so it's like they know they don't have to offer these things to you. So it makes it easier, because I don't feel this person is someone who would like run to the altar. There is this sense of this free spirit, someone who doesn't, it's again, a wounded alone wolf. I don't know how to explain this to you. I feel this person, I see this person. We're not talking here about Casanova. We're not talking here about cheater. We're not talking here about ladies' man, but we're talking here about a person who doesn't realize that there's a wounding within them, who blocks them from taking a true commitment, and they say to themselves that this is just because they're this flower power, free spirit, right, that they love to be amongst people and grab a beer maybe with friends, this bohemian sort of a life, like a glass of wine and, you know, a poetry reading kind of a vibe, and a lot of travel, right? Constantly changing. Maybe this person also like moves quite a lot, or if not moves quite a lot, maybe they've traveled a lot, and maybe that also impresses you that they're here and they're there. They do have some sort of a calmness and harmony within them, this peaceful joy, like I said. But there's also I'm hearing like jazz as well, but there's also energy, but there's a page energy. We don't want a page energy in a man's energy. That's a man child. Nice, very nice, but for a friend, not for a partner, not for life partner. This person would cause you a headache as well. The moment you would be single and available, and you would start want to really connect to this person on a soul level, they operate on some sort of a shallow level, whether you believe that or not. Again, they're not a true lone wolf. They wounded a lone wolf. True lone wolf is a true divine masculine. He wants commitment. He's open for commitment. He doesn't jump into commitment. He doesn't offer commitment to someone who isn't his true mate. But once he meets that mate, he wants nothing more than build a pack. Knight of Coins. I'm hearing with this very practical. So probably this person would be someone who tells you like nonsense, like marriage is for the government to control us, right? Practical. Why should we move in together if we have good houses and good? It's not a good investment. There is some sort of a practicality to this person. I am sensing a little bit of stubbornness as well, but there is patience too. There is patience. So maybe there's a reason it was coming to my mind, remember? So maybe you actually mentioned to this person that you're not ready for intimacy, that you're not ready for a true commitment because of your situations, and what made seem good for you, that they said that they were very patient, that they're not going to rush you into anything, but in reality what you're not seeing is that it's their own fear of doing these things. Queen of Coins in reverse. I'm sensing this energy. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to completely describe it. It's like this person that, again, it's not a Casanova, it's not a cheater, it's not someone who is like deeply egoistic. It's someone who is open-minded, artistic, ready to change. But this is this kind of a person that will never form true union. It's this kind of a person that even in relationship, there's always going to be me and you, you know? True healed people, again, especially men, in their divinity, in their divine masculine, when they enter union with their feminine, it's us. They understand that a woman is an extension of them, right? So if I get a different job offer in a different country, we sit down and we discuss it, because there's no option that I'm going with you, right? We're in this together, right? And it's this perfect couple, this perfect union, that maybe next 5 years you're gonna have to make a little sacrifice because I'm gonna have to go to a different country, and then maybe in future you're gonna have an opportunity to do something, and then I'm gonna be able to like relax. Teamwork, true teamwork, you know, we're in this together. Every emotion, every decision, every thought, every part of my past, we're in this together. We're taking these decisions together. This is the sort of a person that is with you and and dates you, and then suddenly they get this amazing, you know, job opportunity across the world, and they just communicate to you that, oh, we have to break up because I'm leaving, and there's not even a discussion. And then they're going to give you BS, saying things like, oh, I just don't want to influence your life, I don't want to force you to change your life. That's not understanding of true partnership. There's this independence, but to a borderline level where they just don't know how to form true union. It's like those people, you know, those crazy people that think that they spiritual. I connect, I don't attach, so I never am with someone more than 6 months. And no, nothing to do, zero understanding of true spirituality, of true freedom, or true completely. This person does not understand what it means to be free, to be a lone wolf, to be a free spirit, to be spiritual. They have wounding that they have buried underneath this mask. They don't even know it themselves, because they blinded to this. They just feel that they're joyful and they free spirit, and on some level they are, but on some level it's a mask. It's a mask, and this is why it's making sense, because it's not someone that you could build your life with, that you could build, you know, anyone has a capacity to change. I always say this to you guys, but right now in this energy, it's not someone that you could build your life with, but it's a perfect person to be a karmic catalyst. So you can have a little fun. He can take you for some coffee, maybe a ride on his bike. Or again, my advice, it's just my advice, I wouldn't engage in intimacy, because I explained to you guys the why, but the choice is yours. What you're going to do from now on, the choice is yours. There's variety of options, there's variety of timelines. So listen to your heart. Listen a little bit to the voice of reason as well. If you need me, you know where to find me. You know how to sign up on a session through my website. I love you guys so incredibly much, and I will be back soon. Bye.